Mekhi. Tonight I'm going to be interviewing Nurse Katie, so let's get into it.
All right. So one of our nurses came up with a really cool idea to look into what types of pillows or cushions work the best at relieving pressure when patients are turning in the bed.
Why are pressure sores bad?
So when you're laying in the bed, the weight of your body is pushing down against the mattress, and it's important for patients to turn every so often to relieve that pressure. Do you know why?
No.
No? So have you ever maybe slept funny on your arm?
Yes.
Or you've been sitting a little funny, maybe it gets kind of tingly?
Yes.
So your body gets tingly like that because your cells aren't getting enough oxygen. So that's the signal to your brain to say, oh, I gotta move my arm, I gotta shake it out a little bit to get that blood flowing. So we have to relieve the pressure every so often so that we don't get pressure injuries. If your brain doesn't get that signal from your arm or your leg that it needs to kind of shake out and get that blood flowing, then you might not know to move it. And so you might leave it there for a really long time, and then that can cause the pressure injury. So that's what we're trying to prevent. Do you have some ways that you learned how to do that?
Yes. I usually hold myself up for 30 seconds and let some pressure off, and then I sit back down. I do at least 3 a day.
That's great.
Who are most of people who get the pressure sores?
So a lot of our patients that are at risk for pressure injuries are patients with spinal cord injuries. They might have had a stroke or an injury to their brain that makes it hard for them to move. Or they might have some broken bones that makes it really hard for them to turn in the bed by themselves. So they might need some extra help while they're here. Let me show you how our nurse came up with the idea. So we have these pressure maps on some of our beds here, and you can kind of see that it shows colors to show us where the pressure is at. So we have some different objects in the bed here, some weighted balls and some hand weights here. And you can kind of see here if we add one and kind of smush it down a little,
How does
you
it
can
react?
see where the pressure is there. So you see the little yellow dot?
Yes.
It's kind of hard to see. So blues and greens are pretty good, but if you start to see some yellow, orange, or red spots, that means there's too much pressure and your body could get injured. We wanted to look at different kinds of cushions and what was going to work the best to relieve those red spots for our patients. So what we were usually using in the hospital to turn patients was just a regular old pillow. And this is what we were mainly using to position our patients with. And we had a couple of other devices that we were learning about. 2 of the devices we looked at. One is this. It's called a fluidized positioner. So you can see it's kind of squishy and moldable, and you can hold it there and see how you can sort of mush it up and you can make it to fit your body. Here's another one that we looked at. This one is called a wedge. It's made out of foam, and so you can see it feels different than that one you have. It's a little bit more sturdy, but it's also soft.
And it's light.
And it's light, just like the pillow. So we could take 2 of these, and you could put one under the person's back like that, and then put another one here by their legs. And what our research found was that the wedges tended to perform the best, but any specialty positioning device, so like this or this, and we looked at some other ones too, all of them were better than just using pillows by themselves.
All right, so what is some of the technology that you use, work like or look like?
To do our research, we used something that was very much like this. It didn't have a screen on it, but it's a mat that lays underneath the person, and it measures all the pressure on every single little inch, little centimeter underneath them. And then it would put all those numbers into a computer, and that's how we were able to see which devices were relieving pressure better.
So how did you get involved with the research?
So something that's really great at Shirley Ryan Ability Lab is they have opportunities for everybody to be involved in research. So it's not just scientists in a lab, it can be doctors, it can be nurses, therapists, it can be anybody who works in the building.
This has been really cool, Katie. Thank you for teaching me about pressure sores, and thank you for helping all the patients out.
Thanks for being here with such great questions.
Thank you.